Boys and girls, yesterday we started nonfiction. So we're going to continue to work on nonfiction today. And just as you learned a lot in fiction, our fiction unit, you are going to learn quite a bit in our nonfiction unit, where you're really going to have to challenge yourself in your work that you do so that you are reading to a newer, more complex level. And so we need to know if you're ready to rise to new heights. And over the next few weeks, we're going to do a giant investigation of how nonfiction texts get harder and harder and more complex, and how your reading needs to change as the text gets harder. Just like with fiction, you have to change how you read so that you can move to the next level. So just like a video game, where you need to be able to master harder levels, and those higher levels have harder challenges and require different strategies, so does reading nonfiction. Here's our teaching point. This is what we want you to learn. Today, I want to teach you that when readers orient themselves to complex nonfiction texts, they use text features and their knowledge of the topic to help. But as you begin reading, you will also need to live in a gray area for a while, to tolerate confusion, knowing the focus of the text may be revealed slowly. So the learning target. I can use text features and what I already know to understand complex nonfiction texts. Warning. The main idea and dominant structure may not be immediately evident. Fun fact. Often texts are deliberately written to puzzle you, to make you curious. You'll certainly need to tolerate some ambiguity, uncertainty. Ambiguity means uncertainty, and postpone closure. So here we have the book, When Lunch Fights Back. Now, I don't know about you, but checking out this creature here, I don't know if I want that to be my lunch and have it fight me back. So when we first start looking at nonfiction texts, we need to check out the book, kind of like we do with fiction. We look at the cover, we might read the blurb on the back cover. There's some other text features, like the table of contents. And so here we have the table of contents, and check out some of these topics. The challenge of survival, slip sliming away, concealed weapons. I thought we were talking about lunch. Check out the rest of those. Does this sound like lunch to you? And here we go, back to that gray area. When you start reading a complex text, it's okay to live in a gray area for a while. You have to tolerate the confusion, knowing that the focus of the text may be revealed slowly. So we might not know 100% what it's talking about before we get started. Live in the gray area where things are not totally clear. Postpone closure and do some hard work before you can form definite ideas about your text. Do you think you're up for it? Because here we go. Check out this page. The introduction. The challenge of survival. Look at this line in yellow. The prey, of course, is you. What's going on here? No one said living on planet Xenon would be easy. Hungry aliens are everywhere. A new group just slithered into view. The aliens are well armed with lasers and a contraption that shoots out nets for capturing prey. Okay, this book is about lunch, and now we're talking about the prey being you? I'm not quite sure what's going on. So as you work today, you're going to take out your nonfiction book and you're going to begin to orient yourself. You want to look at the text features. You want to look at study the cover, study the art on the cover, the photograph or whatever's there. Read the back cover, check out any photographs or illustrations that are there. Go back to the table of contents. Tables of contents have a lot of different things to offer you. Here we can see it's organized by chapters. We have some chapter titles that are very confusing to us. Also note down here, there's a note from the author. Might be interesting to get the author's thinking behind the book. There's source notes, a glossary. A glossary is like a mini dictionary. So if you're unsure of what some words mean, you might be able to find them in the glossary if your book has one. Selected bibliography. A bibliography is where the author did research from. Where did they get their information from to write this book? More to explore, and an index. An index is kind of like a table of contents, but if there's a topic in the back, it'll tell you exactly what page to go to find that topic, so you can look for more information on that topic. So we're going to leave this book here now, The Challenge of Survival. And we're going to wonder what this book is about. We'll get more tomorrow and more the following day. And I just want you to look at your front and back covers, see if you can tell how your book will go, what might the author teach you, and how the author will teach it. So think about those things we talked about yesterday. Is it chronological order, meaning first, next, then? Is it cause and effect, because this happened, now that's going to happen? Is it organized? What text structure is it organized to? And I gave you that sheet yesterday to put in your composition notebook, so you can refer back to that to see how your book is organized. And do the chapters in the table of contents help you, or are they misleading? Like the table of contents in the book I just showed you seem to be misleading. And you'll be in the gray area. Excuse me. Confusion is okay. It's great. It's how we learn. It makes us curious. So what I need for you to do now is to go be readers. I need you to read, and I need you to write about what you've learned, what you see in your book, what text structures are there, whatever else you can reflect on. Silent read now.